can hear me. Just checking, making sure we are live and sound is good. I've got my mic on. This time I'm not moving it off my purse belt. And am I on? Can you see? Like, am I good? Okay, I'm good. Not seeing anyone's here, but okay, here we go. So, the trial must go on. That's the biggest news right now. No delay. We are moving forward. Why are we moving forward? Oh, because medical personnel checked Lori out. And after they checked her out, she looked pretty good to go. We heard that there was only one condition that she was dealing with, condition, and sorry guys, potential jurors. So we're just, everybody's pushing me around here. They're everywhere. We need to get a jury seated so that, you know, there's not so many of them out here. Okay, so I can't even remember what I was saying now. But thank you. One condition, and the one condition that she had, she wanted it to remain under seal. The one condition, but you know, everything else looks okay. There's no reason that she shouldn't need to be able to proceed with trial. Medical personnel says she looks great. And she did come in her nice clothing, and there was no wheelchair, no iron lung, no oxygen tank. She was there. She was there. She looked the part, although she was, you know, bending over and, you know, sulking. So they put on the little sidebar, you know, earphones. Okay, what's up? You watch the judge's gray rocking face the whole time. He did a lot of talking. She did a lot of talking. And, you know, they got off and he was pretty much like, look, all you have is a headache. I think we can move forward. And she said pretty much, well, I can't stand for the jury. And he's like, well, you do you. I mean, those weren't his words. We have his words up. You can go watch the video after and see for yourself what happened. But he's pretty much like, you do you. You can stand for the jury or sit for the jury when they get in here. Up to you. So Lori did not stand. She just can't. And, you know, heaven forbid. So Trina K also decided to stay sitting because then, you know, everything looks, you know, solid, safe, fair. So they both continued to sit once the jury walked in. I'm going to have a full recap of everything, every detail. We have our epic jury voir dire notes that we will bring you later tonight. But for now, I have somebody here with me. Right now. Do you guys remember Tosh? Tosh, I will refresh your memory if you guys don't remember Tosh. Tosh was a juror. Well, how many months? How long has it been now? Has it been a month?
It's been about a month.
About a month.
Yeah.
Tosh was a juror for justice for Charles Vallow, Lori Vallow's first Arizona trial, her second total trial. Tosh knew nothing about Lori Vallow Daybell during that trial until after and was shocked. And so you are here today on the other side. So I just want your perspective. What did you think?
I think it's a lot different than being on the jury side because when they talk about stuff and pull the jury, we don't get to hear that. So being on this side and getting to hear everything, it's a lot better.
Is it wild to see how different she is, like in front of the jury? Like she was like, "Thank you for your service" to one of the servicemen.
Yeah.
Is it interesting to see, or do you feel that she acts differently in front of the jury and just the court judge alone?
100%, yeah. Because when the jury's being shown, she's friendly and, you know, wants to present her best self. But when the jury's not around, she doesn't care and she gets snappy and has an attitude.
Yeah. So are your perceptions changing about her just seeing her today?
Yes, because she's a complete different person than what we experienced.
Yeah. You've learned a lot about her and her crimes since you served, thank you, Izzy, as a juror.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a different experience looking at her now, knowing what you know about her crimes, like killing her own children?
Yeah. Looking at her now, it's like how could you ever do something like that? Like looking at her then and finding out, but like now it's completely different because we're on the opposite side and we know what she's been through and done.
Any other additional feelings as you sit there, or is it just kind of surreal that you have no responsibility sitting there, or what's it like?
It's surreal, and now that I can have emotion, because we're not supposed to on the jury side, it's hard to contain it when something happens that's ridiculous.
What were your some of the things you thought today that were pretty crazy? What did you see in there today? Any moment in particular?
Yeah, when the judge told her that she gets an hour to rest up, I just died laughing inside. It was so funny.
I love the moment where it was actually after the panel left, the potential jurors, and I love this moment, and they leave to go to the restroom, and they're sitting there, and then they're suggesting which jurors to excuse. Mm-hmm. And the judge says, I'd like to put on record that the defendant can't seem to talk right now in front of me, but certainly seems to be okay when the potential jury is in here. That was a wild moment.
Just called her out completely.
Yeah, yeah. So the moment the jury left, she was saying, thank you for your service, and you're wonderful, and thanks for being so honest, and oh wow. The moment the jury leaves and the judge asks her a question about excusing a juror, all of a sudden she's so sick she can't even speak. And so he's like, I'd like to put it on record that I observed the defendant is able to speak very coherently and wonderfully in front of the jury, but just can't when the jury leaves. What about the moment too? Well, let me ask you this. Seeing jury selection, you were a potential juror when this is happening. Now you're on the other side sitting with us. Is it different seeing it from those eyes, how this is happening?
Yeah, I think our jury selection is more interactive than this one. And that's kind of cool to see how different people are different ways,
Yeah, right. I do think you guys are more talkative. Also, you were sitting up in the jury box, right?
The whole time.
Most of the potential jurors that were in the jury box were chosen in the end, weren't they?
Yeah, everyone that was in the jury box was chosen. It was us in the jury box, and then everyone that was in the stands trying to be selected. He basically just said, everyone in the stands go home. And they did. And then it was just up to us.
Right. So honestly, I was shocked by that, by the way, when that happened. I had no idea that they had almost like pre-selected which jurors were good to go and put them in the box. Mm-hmm. And so I'm certainly looking at the jurors in the box right now. Are you like thinking that those might be the finalists? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, because of what happened when I was part of it. But then again, more people are less interactive here, so they're probably going to jumble it around, I'm thinking.
Yeah. And there are a lot more females in the jury box, I would say. I feel like it's a little bit more diverse right now as it stands. Would you agree with that?
I agree, yeah. There's way more females than there is males this time.
Yeah. So that's unique. Also, a couple people concerned that they might be biased towards the system. Like, that was something that was interesting. And it seems like Lori kind of wanted them to stick around.
Yeah, she took their side on that one.
Yeah. She was like, I like to excuse people for bias, except for when the bias helps me. Mm-hmm. Oh, you don't like the system either? Neither do I. Let's hang out. Anything else you noticed in there today? Any moments, anything that stands out?
Not other than when she was not sick towards the jury, but sick when they left.
Pretty clear she's faking it to you, do you think?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear about the wheelchair? Did you see the wheelchair?
I heard about it. I did not see it.
Okay. So you're just coming back and getting caught up.
Yeah.
And what's your plan? Are you going to come to a few more days of trial? Are you going to attend this trial?
I'm going to try to come a few more days, yeah.
Try to come. Well, Tosh, thank you. We hope that you'll come on some more lives and hang out. And it's always interesting to see this trial through jurors' eyes. Yeah. So, and I do want to say thank you for what you did. Like, thank you for convicting her. Any thoughts about that conviction and like looking back at your jury service? Any thoughts now that you've had time? Like we interviewed you right after.
Yeah.
But that was like right after you had time to like let it simmer and what happened and what took place. Any additional thoughts since you've sort of moved on with your life? Anything that's happened or things make you like kind of see your experience in a different way?
Yeah, because I mean, going on to it, I didn't know how big it was until actually going on to it. And now that it's had time to settle down, I thought it would relax a little bit, and it still barely has. And it's just crazy.
Yeah. Has anybody else come up to you and said, I know that you were on the jury, or has people have recognized you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And even people, like someone from Australia reached out to me, like full on voice message, and you could tell, and they were like, thank you so much, I saw your interview. And I'm like, that's crazy. Australia is so far away.
Yeah, this is an internationally watched trial. In fact, if you're overseas watching this right now, this Lunch Live right now, let us know and say hello to Tosh. Oh, how much, people are asking you questions. How much research had Tosh done? How much research have you done since your jury service? That's a question somebody's asking in chat.
I like to think all of it. I did a deep dive into everything that went on before I was part of this. And so I like to think I've seen pretty much all of it now.
The Netflix doc, the Datelines.
Yep.
Hidden True Crime. Have you watched it? Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
Yep. And Court TV, the YouTubes, all of it.
All of it.
Yep.
Yeah. So you feel like you're pretty well versed now, an expert in this case?
I like to think so.
Yeah. You probably are. I mean, you've been a juror, so I would say you are. What other questions do people have for her? They're saying, thank you for your perspective. Hello from UK. Hello from Belgium. I must admit, I would have loved to have seen an iron lung in the courtroom. Watching from Scotland, Sweden, New Zealand. Hello
That's
from
crazy.
Tennessee, Ireland, Sweden, Finland. Hello from down under, Germany, South Africa.
That's insane.
Another New Zealand, Netherlands, another South Africa, Canada, South Africa. The world is definitely watching this trial and others. Indonesia, UK, Scotland, Turkey, Netherlands, Argentina,
Everywhere.
Ukraine. Even I'm actually a little bit shocked. Hello. Hello from Jersey Channel Islands, coast of France. So cool. And they are all saying, thank you. Thank you. Hello, Tosh from Italy. Okay, guys, this is, wow. I'm like surprised.
That's what my messages look like on Facebook and Instagram from literally everywhere.
Really?
Like anywhere you can think of. I think I've got a message from it.
Thanking you. Has anybody been mad at the conviction?
No, not towards me at least.
I don't think so either. You're lucky. This is one where everyone's pretty united. We
Yeah.
all want justice for JJ, Tylee, Tammy, Charles, and Brandon.
Yeah.
And all the others hurt and affected. So there are some cases out there, true crime cases, where that, there's a bit of division. Not when it comes to this case. We're all united. We all want justice. We're all grateful for you. Anybody else have any questions for Tosh? Are you doing well? This is a question. Like, are you doing well? Has it affected you emotionally? Are you feeling okay?
I'm doing well. I was doing well right after it happened as well. There was just so many people reaching out to me that it was a lot. So I stopped responding and just like started reacting to the messages because it was a lot to keep typing for like days on end. But I'm good now and I'm ready for this trial.
You're ready for this trial. Yeah. One thing I've noticed, Tosh, is that after, you're not into true crime, you didn't know about this case, you didn't know who Lori Vallow Daybell was, Lori Daybell. But after a trial like this, most jurors find that they want to research everything. They do become an expert. It affects them emotionally. Even Carl, Carl was saying he couldn't sleep, Why do you think that happens? Like, you have to emotionally invest so much, but why do you think that is that jurors, after they serve, like you, and it's not just you, it's many people, jurors have written books. Tom Evans, has now written 2 books. His Chad Daybell book is now out. Tom Evans, you can find that on Amazon. But like after serving, something sort of happens. What do you think that is? Any thoughts on that? Like you wanting to learn more and understand it, and
I wasn't into true crime before all of this. I like reality TV. If it's not reality TV, I probably haven't seen it.
yeah,
So now I'm watching stuff like this and Cops and CSI. I don't know. It's just more interesting now because I've been through it on the jury side.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that. Do you stay in touch with anyone from your jury? Someone is asking.
I do not.
They do not. People are asking, who is Tom Evans? Tom Evans was on the jury for Lori Vallow in Idaho. Oh my goodness, Marissa. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate that so much. Coffee, my coffee, needed coffee. I appreciate it. All right. Welcome to the True Crime Gang, Tosh. Do you think Lori would recognize you? I think that Lori would recognize you.
I was actually a little bit afraid that she would because I watched her interview right after all of ours, and
with Brianna for the
when she went and visited her after, and she was like, I haven't had time to watch the interviews, but I'm about to, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm everywhere, so she's gonna know what my face looks like. So I'm scared that like when she saw, or if she's gonna see me and just be like, I know you.
Well, didn't she also like look at all of you a lot? Like, didn't she make eye contact with a lot of you during the trial, or didn't you also say she would roll her eyes or sort of express herself?
Yeah, she made eye contact with us almost every time they asked a question, just to see how we would, feel about it.
Yeah, and so is this going to be interesting then for you to see, as you pointed out, every time you guys were excused, you didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Are you excited to see that now? Like, you already saw a bit of that today. It's pretty wild, right?
Yeah.
Didn't disappoint?
I'm excited. It did not disappoint, no. I'm excited to see the rest of it and actually get to hear it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, stare her down, Toss, they're saying. But actually, yeah. So anyway, thank you. Yeah, today was wild. We have the video up of what happened earlier before the jury, potential jurors came in. Before voir dire, they had to shut the camera off. So that is up on YouTube right now. You can watch that after this live. And then there is more. Like I said, there was one moment, you guys. So you'll see all of that. It's wild. We'll bring you all the latest. We'll let you know which jurors were excused and why. We've got the whole list, our epic notes. Thank you to Grayson, my producer. But also, there was this moment, it won't be on camera because the jurors had just left. We're still in what is considered voir dire, and they're asking about excusing certain jurors. And there's one where there was concern about bias, like state bias. The state had concerns because they had issues with the system, right? So that's a problematic juror. So at that moment, then the state's like, yeah, the judge brought it up. He's like, I would like to excuse this juror. In Trina K, it was like, I agree. And so then the judge turned to Lori. And he's like, does the defense have anything to say about that? And there was silence for a very long, uncomfortable time. I was almost like, am I not hearing something? This is awkward. I was getting like secondhand like discomfort from like this really long silence, and the judge is just like staring at her like this, like not showing really any emotion, but just kind of like, I'm waiting. And that's when he just kind of calmly said, he said, well, I'd like to put on record that I observe that the defendant can speak to the potential jurors and does a really, really fine job communicating, but once they leave the room, she can't seem to speak. So anyway, there are some other nuggets. I'll share it all with you later tonight. So stay tuned, hit subscribe, hit notifications. And then, let me tell you what's going on as far as the live stream goes. We have a live stream set. It is scheduled. Here's the deal. They also decided in there that opening statements are going to begin tomorrow. I know, what a bummer, right? I'm bummed. I wanted to get this show on the road. Let's see those opening statements. But unfortunately, witnesses had flown in and they had to reschedule flights and schedules and all this stuff. Like, you can only do so much. So We can't just jump into opening statements with this short of time, not knowing what was going on. So opening statements and testimony is going to begin tomorrow morning, bright and early. We'll have a live stream set up. As far as this live stream goes, we have a live stream set. We're going to go back into court in about 30 minutes at 1:30 Mountain Time, which by the way is kind of confusing because Arizona daylight savings, so it's technically specific time, but it's Mountain Pacific time. So anyway, we will be going back in there in about 30 minutes. Then it'll start. Then we will finish voir dire, which won't be, again, on the live stream because it's private, it's off camera, no cameras allowed during that process to protect the identity of the jurors. Then the jury will be seated. We'll have a jury this afternoon. And I think, again, they already kind of know if it goes like Tasha's time, they probably have some finalists already, and they're just double checking on some things. Once they're seated, they're going to go into jury selections. We don't know whether or not that's going to be live streamed or not. We think it will be because it's part of the trial. So we are suspecting that we are going to have a live stream later this afternoon unless something wild happens that we don't know about. But Court TV is here. They're ready to be pool. They're ready to have video of the whole thing. They're the reason we had the hearing video today. The Court TV is here in the courthouse. So we'll see what that live stream looks like. It's not going to be opening statements, but we will be in there. The chat will be going. Troublemaker Baker, our mod, will have a countdown. She'll have a playlist. She has good things planned. There are some new emojis, so you can go on in there and wait and see what happens. But you know, the thing about trials is, Tosh, welcome to trials. They are the ultimate of reality TV. Because it's not scripted.
I'm so excited.
It's about as reality as you can get. You never know what you're going to get, and then you throw in Lori Daybell, and you really don't know. So we may or may not have something big this afternoon or not, but we will have a live stream, and then tomorrow, opening statements, we'll have the live stream. But here, ultimately, guys, trial is not delayed. We're moving forward. Justice for Brandon Boudreaux. Oh, and Kay Woodcock is also here today. So she is here to support Brandon. They have had such, they've shown such resiliency and such loyalty to one another. Again, Brandon and Kate were doing all the research at the very beginning. It was Brandon that called Kate to say, Tammy Daybell has just died. They were on it, they saw what was going on, and it was incredible. All right, guys, I'm taking off. As I always say, may justice be served. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.